We started Rogue Grappling, we had a vision for a season format, and the Grand Prix being kind of the cornerstone of those tournaments. In our opinion, it's the hardest rule set on the East Coast, the truest rule set on the East Coast. There is no points, there is no excuses, there is no time limit. You must submit your opponent. The alternating format from Gi and No-Gi basically just says you have to have a game plan from everywhere. So it's our pleasure to be here again for our 5th season in operation. This is our 4th Grand Prix. Couldn't be more excited with the bracket we have today. The largest physical bracket we've ever had, the biggest bodies we've ever had on the mats. So it should be a really entertaining day. And again, thanks for being here. To kick us off, we have representing Summerside Martial Arts Academy, Bryce MacNeil. And representing MXT St. John, Mike Smith. You guys have competed for our terms before, you know the rule set. So, any questions at all? Right, call batch.
Like that, the Season 5 Grand Prix is underway with maybe the largest match we have seen.
There to see some good grips here. We got a fisherman and and a large man who works with his hands.
You know, both of these competitors, if you look at their style, don't let their size fool you. They're both athletic. They're both very, very strong, but they're nimble. They move very well, and you can see them fighting for those inside ties. They're high IQ. They're not letting someone else just control this. They need to lead the dance. And, you know,
and I've watched both of them. They're not just top guard passers. They'll play from the bottom. They'll play guard too. So, no, definitely well-rounded.
Oh, and there's a great takedown by Bryce, landing in half guard. And you know, this is good for Bryce. You know, he's 25 years younger to Mike, and I think a key to victory for him is dragging Mike into deep waters. Bryce steps into mount, you know, and again, normally you would be looking at that as points, but that is not a factor here. Because of this dynamic event, because of the no points sub-only system, Bryce has all the time to work, but he also can't rely on those points in the same way that he might be able to at a normal Rogue event.
Yeah, and it's interesting because when you're not thinking about points, you got to think about getting to the best possible position for your submission. So it might not be, the best spot in a points tournament, but.
You know, it looks like Bryce is setting up here for this armbar, and now he just has to look for that brick rate. But Mike looking to stack. You know, Mike is a large cat. You do not want to be underneath him when he stacks you like that. Bryce needs to really look to push Mike's head down with his top leg. That leg in between Mike's legs isn't doing him a favor, though.
Yeah, his elbow's already cleared.
Yes, we see Mike. Oh, Mike crushes that top knee shield, and Mike is chasing the back now.
Oh, nice reversal.
Good little sweep.
Nice. I think Bryce really enjoys the mount. Feels comfortable there.
I think he does too. I think Bryce feels comfortable on top, and I think with someone of Mike's size, you definitely don't want to be underneath.
Yeah, I think that might be the key here is not falling for that armbar. Maybe staying on top.
Yeah, I had a match against Mike not too long ago at one of the last Rogue events, and you know, I went to throw up an armbar, and he started to stack me, and I immediately said no, because you do not want to be underneath this man. And again, Bryce can't seem to break that grip, and again, this is not where you want to be with Mike.
No. If Mike can just get that collar, maybe go for a clock choke. Nice controlling that ankle well.
Good job flattening Bryce out there. Now if he can get his back flat on the mat, he'll truly be in the driver's seat here. And there it is. Good regard. You know, and you have to think that kind of every second that goes by here, the cardio plays a factor. And whoever has cardio advantage here is probably going to have an edge later on into the match.
Yeah, at 51, the cardio starts to drop off for sure.
It does, and I think Mike needs to impose his will early and often if he really wants to get this victory. And right now he needs to get off his back. We need to see Mike go to that turtle position that he was in, and he can't rely on Bryce's mistakes.
No, he's going to have to keep moving here.
Good. Yeah.
If he lets Bryce settle in too much.
you know, a possible foe in later rounds is Bryce's cornerman, his coach, Nate Douglas. And when you have a very high IQ coach like Nate, oh, and we get the tap from Bryce. Looks like a shoulder lock. You know, you have to assume that pace match, both of these guys were looking for their top positions, and you know, Bryce didn't seem to burn a ton of energy there, so that's going to play factors later into the round. If some people go for these long